Comedian Ron Pearson has appeared on Comedy Central, Dennis Miller, The Late Late Show numerous times. In fact, he was just on with Craig Ferguson in one of the last live shows before the writer's strike. Too bad. He killed it. Ron's also done lots of acting with roles on Drew Carey, George Lopez, and That 70s Show. To top off his resume, he's a world champion juggler. We won't be demonstrating, or maybe we will.
Oh, look at him go!
Look at it. Wow.
Look at him go!
Speaking of which, I'm proud of you for coming out as a juggler. You know, most jugglers still, the society beats you down, ridicules you, looks at you funny. It's brave.
I started as a street performer here in Seattle, and my brothers used to tell me, you're never going to be taller than me, you're never going to be stronger than me, and you're never going to make more money than me. I'm way taller.
There you go. Attaboy.
Did you juggle at Pike Place Market?
Yeah.
No kidding.
As a kid.
What was that like? How old?
10. I started at 10, and I kept performing. I left Seattle at 19, but I was doing all the stuff, bumper shoes.
You seriously 10-year-old? Did anybody watch you while you were out there?
No, there were like 4 people. I remember my first day at Pike Place. No joke.
I meant you were a 10-year-old kid at Pike Place Market.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, did you get an audience? Were you parentally supervised, I think is what he's asking.
No. There was, my friend's older sister taught me how to juggle in grade school over in Bellevue. And I learned how to juggle, and then she talked us into street performing because she was part of a street performing troupe, and then I just sort of went off from there. But by the time I did JP Patches so many times, love that show.
Yeah.
I think we could cry right now just not having JP around.
A 10-year-old kid constantly looking up at the air, is a very vulnerable young man. I mean,
he's vulnerable?
Yeah.
I don't need to know about your private life or what his name is.
You're right. JP was a legend. I grew up watching him too.
So you're out there juggling 10 years old.
Yeah.
And do you have an aptitude for juggling, or is it all hard? I mean, like, for example, could you take any one of us?
Yes.
And with a certain number of hours, but are we also going to be limited by whatever natural abilities we have?
Remember when King Tut exhibit was here?
Uh-huh.
They hired me and my partner to teach people to juggle all day long. I mean, we probably taught 10,000 people how to juggle. You can teach just about anybody. I mean, unless
but they'll only get so far, right?
People with wandering eyes, it's really hard.
How about now?
That's right.
Is this on?
Can you look at someone and say 3 things tops? That's it.
Yeah. I mean, there might be limits. I mean, and it's hard work. From like at the U, I practice 3 hours a night, 7 nights a week. From 7 to 10, I would go in Heck Ed.
Okay.
And every night, that's all I did. But
I still have to practice?
I haven't practiced since I was 21.
No kidding. So it's your show, and that's
yeah. But I'm probably better than I was back then.
Time.
I do a lot of shows.
Time.
Everything.
Just over and over.
Work hard.
Repetition.
I mean, if you're somewhat coordinated, it helps. You know.
Did people ever make fun of your juggling?
All the time.
Really, they did. Yeah.
They still do.
Did you ever? But on the other hand, did you ever get a woman because she said, "Wow"?
Let me tell you.
You're at a bar.
If you know how to juggle, hang out at a Renaissance fair. You will be in like Flint.
Okay.
Those girls just love it.
Is there
or go to a Grateful Dead concert? All the floater girls just love it.
Is there like an A-Rod of juggling? Is there somebody? Somebody that really makes a lot of money, doing it, and is pretty much
this guy here.
You're the A-Rod of juggling.
The world's best.
You know what? There's kind of a limit. There are the world's best. There's some unbelievable jugglers, but I hit my first world record at, I think, 15, and then another one at 16, and then I was in the World Championships at 19. But they've really advanced a lot in the last, since I left. I won't even say how old I am, but a long time ago.
Yeah, you were going to say that does juggling get you women? It's no accident that condoms come in 3-packs. Pull those suckers out, start flipping through the air. I'm telling you.
Sure.
Apparently, you're not shopping at Costco.
They come in even bigger packs.
They do.
That. But he's limited. 3 is about.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You've been married for 10 years.
10 years.
A very beautiful Texas woman.
Texas. Her name's Tanya Turner, and she's from Tyler, Texas, and her brother's Todd Turner, so it's Tanya and Todd Turner from Tyler, Texas. That's not even made up.
That's verbal juggling right there.
That is.
None of that's made up.
No. Her accent is thick. Like for her, high is a 3-syllable word. Ha! Like how do you stretch that out? Like I say cement, she says cement. Right. I drive a car. She drives a
car.
No, a vehicle.
My bad.
And I'm not making this up either. She's a big fan of this singer. I couldn't even figure. Her accent's really thick, so I can't figure everything out. So I couldn't figure it out, and it turned out, no joke, to be Clay Aiken. But I couldn't. I'm not kidding. But I couldn't figure it out because she made it one word. She'd go Claykin,
Claykin.
Claykin, like She says y'all. Y'all's one of her big phrases, right? Y'all means
We've heard of that,
everyone, right? But she has another phrase, which is all y'all, which apparently is everyone plus everyone else.
All y'all come on over.
All y'all come on over.
Right. Now, my brother-in-law has a word yanked. Have you heard yanked?
You ain't going to do that.
Yeah, right. Yanked means you haven't, I believe. But he'll make it a double negative. He's like, you ain't not done that. I'm like, I have no idea. He made it a triple negative. You ain't not never done that. He actually pulled off a quadruple negative. You ain't not never not done that. I'm like, you ain't not never not been to class? I mean, he should be a prosecuting attorney, because could you imagine somebody being tried for murder? He's like, you ain't not never not pulled the trigger. You got a 50% chance he's going to confess right there.
You ain't doing this material down south very much, are you?
Oh, actually, they eat it up.
They
Oh,
must
really?
love it.
Yeah. Oh, they eat it up, man. They love it. They get it more than up here in Seattle because they live it down there.
Right.
But I mean, it's so true. Like like in Los Angeles where we live, my wife hates it because no one understands her. We go through a drive-through, she'll roll down the window and she goes, I'll have a Sprite. She gets fries every time. She never gets a drink. I'm not making this up. She's like, they don't understand me. I'm like, I don't understand you either. And, Southern women, they love to cook. But why is it when she goes on a diet, the whole freaking house has to go on a diet? No one else in my family can eat because she doesn't buy food and she doesn't cook food. 2 weeks into my wife's diet, I'm so weak and emaciated, I can't even speak. I just blink to the children, save yourselves. 3 weeks into my wife's diet, kids in Africa start sponsoring me. She goes on a tofu diet. You know what tofu is? Tofu is
It's bean curd.
It's straight from the pit of hell. That's what tofu is. Tofu is a white jello that has no flavor or taste or smell that you cook in a pan next to another food, and it sucks the life out of the other food. That is demonic. Tofu is one of China's biggest exports. You know why? They don't want that crap either. Tofu is a Chinese word. It means spam.
They should make the toys out of it. No kid would ever put it in their mouths.
That's right. There's only...
You can have that one.
I do. Thank you.
Write that down.
Toys.
Good job,
Out of tofu. You know what? Because feeding your children becomes such an issue as they get older. My kids, like I have one kid, and if the food touches the other food on the plate, it's frickin' DEFCON 5. The hazmat team has to come in. They got to make a whole new. And I go, just 2 years ago, you didn't. You mashed all the food together with your hands, and you ate like the frickin' Cookie Monster. Food got everywhere. I got cracks in me that still have pieces of macaroni and cheese from 4 years ago.
And all of a sudden...
people walk in our house and they look at the wall behind because food's everywhere and they go, ooh, Jackson Pollock, how nice.
must be making money. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You have 2 kids?
I have 2 kids.
Two kids.
8-year-old daughter named Reagan, and she didn't have hair for the first year, so I called her Rogaine. I have a 4-year-old son named Tex, named after the state of Texas.
And Reagan is named after...
The President Ronald Reagan.
No, really?
Yeah, he is.
An
he
airport
is.
she was conceived in, right? Nice. Sweet. Ron Howard does that.
And if that was the case, her name would be Impala.
Very nice.
So you named your kid after President
It has
Reagan.
a big backseat. That's all I'm saying.
That you must be Republican, real Republican for that. Huh?
You could say that.
Are you a real... You're shying away from the whole political... You don't want to be cornered in it.
I don't want to be cornered. Yeah. I don't want to be cornered. But I don't know if you guys know this, but Hillary Clinton just announced that she actually just got the first corporate sponsorship. Nobody knows this. And I think it's going to be a big deal in the news because corporations can give money to a candidate, but she got actual sponsorship from Kentucky Fried Chicken. They have a Hillary Clinton meal.
No kidding.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I guess every percentage of everything you buy from it, percentage of that meal goes to her campaign. It's a Hillary Clinton Kentucky Fried Chicken meal. Comes with 2 large thighs, 2 small breasts, and 1 left wing.
Bill's like, no dark meat at all? None? No dark meat at all? A little bit.
Sometimes I like a little dark meat.
A little bit.
Now, are you staying with family while you're visiting
Yeah,
here?
I'm staying with my parents.
Your whole family is here, right? Are they listening?
Most of them. I'm a baby of 8,
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest of 8. So
Are you the oldest of 8?
I know what it's like to oppress you.
Yeah. You do. Oldest kids always said we had it the hardest. Oh, it was terrible. They
Right.
You know
We
what?
paved
You
the
guys
way.
got everything. You oldest kids. You did. They took pictures of you. Oh, look, he took a doo-doo. Let's take a picture. Oh, I'm the baby of 8. By the time it got around to me, it's like, hey, look in the mirror. That's what you look like. How about that? Not only that, you guys got new clothes. I got hand-me-downs from my sister.
Everything we got was new, and that was the one thing I always felt sorry for my little brothers.
Hand-me-downs from my sister. I'd be walking to school, and like,
Hey, sweet
I'd be, everybody be making fun of my clothes. I'd be like, going, no, it's a kilt.
What
What do you mean you can see my bagpipes? Well, that's great.
As always, Ron, a pleasure.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Come in anytime.